an amazing, delicious lunch. Well, actually, it's going to be lunch for us because we are really busy. We're not going to have time for dinner. So we're going to have dinner at lunch. And it's amazing. And it's delicious. I have been gifted 4 little quails. I have friends that they do the hunting, but these are sustainable. They were raised in a farm. And I guess that's where they got them. I have no idea, but I am going to show you what I'm going to do because I had this at a bistro in California, and we're going to be utilizing some wine. Yes, wine. We're going to be utilizing Pinot Noir. Oh my God. And it's going to be delicious. So let me go get you what I'm going to show you. All right. So we have here little quails and bacon. You know, and these little guys are very, very small, very, very small. So the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure, because what we're going to do, we're going to be stuffing them. And the way that I had them when I was in California is, this is how I had it. And I loved it so much that I told our waiter to please tell the chef if he could come out. And he pretty much told me what he did. So this is what I'm doing with you. So it's not my recipe. I don't remember the name of the chef because that was like in I don't know, in 2012, something like that. All right, so let's get going because this is so easy peasy. So what you want to do is you want to start your oven at 350 degrees. Because these are going to be finishing in the oven until they get to a temperature of 165. And the way what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to leave it 20-25 minutes. Because these guys are small, but they're going to be wrapped in yumminess. So the first thing that I want to do is, you have to be very careful with these guys because they're so little, you know. Sometimes some of their insides, but they have been washed. I have been washed them and everything. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to put these guys down like so, okay? Because what I'm not, and these are, they have already been boneless, but they have not been taking their little wings out. So I'm going to be removing the wings, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to be doing to the quail, okay, guys? One step at a time here. So let me grab my knife, and what I want to do is, where this part of the wing comes, I want to cut that part out. I want to cut that part out. And I'm going to save these little wings because, you know, when I'm making soups, okay, I can use that. I don't, you know, we don't throw nothing away. We try not to throw anything away here. So make sure that you get it right at the elbow. I know, gosh, it's terrible, right? And then what we want to do is I want to just cut off these little parts of the feet because what we want to do is we want to trim it. And that's what we're doing. We're trimming it, okay? So now continue to trim. And I'm going to walk you through the whole thing because, guys, this is what my husband and I are going to be having for lunch. And right now here it's 11:22 a.m. And trust me, we are hungry. So these little bone things, you know, don't throw them away, guys. Just don't throw them away because, you know, you can use them for soups. With chicken, you know, you barely even, you know, notice. So I got my guys, I got to make sure that all these guys are all done. So it's very important that you remove, because if not, there's not going to be much meat. They're very, very small. And the stuffing is what's going to make it delicious. And so what they did is they stuffed it pretty much how I'm going to show you how to stuff it. So I was very grateful for that chef to give me his recipe. And gosh, I wish I could remember his name and the name of that bistro in California, in Napa Valley, and I cannot remember for the life of me. I wanted to bring this to you. Okay, whoops. I know that if anything gets on the floor, Reggie gets it, and it went somewhere. And I think Reggie already got it. He's right underneath me over here. You guys can't see him. He hides all the time. Okay, so now that we've done all of this preparation, okay, what you want to do is the breast is going to be side up. You're going to put the breast side down. Okay, put the breast side down. All right, put all the breast side down. So now the next thing you want to do is we are done with the knife. And I am not going to wash my hands because I'm going to continue to do this. So what I want to do is I want to take 4, I think they're called, and please excuse me if I'm not saying it correctly, mojar, that's what they are, mojar, and you have to be careful and look for the pits, okay? So I'm going to use 1 for each one, and we're going to remove the pits, because we are not going to be utilizing the pits of this wonderful fruit. And it's so nice and sweet. Oh my God, it's so yummy. And what I like to do is I like to put them all in, so then I know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my dates, and these are, like I said, the big ones, mojar. I'm so sorry if I'm not saying it correctly. Okay, so now that I have my 4, because each one is going to go into this little guy. Yes, I know, but don't worry, it'll fit. All right, so what I want to do now is I do want to take this plate. Let me rinse my hands really quick because I am going to be needing, while I'm still here, I'll just rinse my knife real quickly here. I don't know if you guys can see me what I'm doing. Well, this is hot water. And so now that I got my hands clean, because what I want to do now is I want to get my Kalamata olives. Kalamata olives, guys. Yes, Kalamata olives, and that's what it had, and I loved it, so I'm sharing it with you. All right, but I also have made it my own as well, because, you know, not all chefs give their secrets away. Aspetta, you know, yeah, but wait, you know, he told me he used these 2 ingredients, and the rest I had to come up with myself. So what I'm going to do here is I have a little container here so I can work out of, because I do not want to cross-contaminate this entire jar, and I'm using Kalamata olives. So I don't know how many Kalamata olives I'm going to be using. Let me see, 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. I'm going to see if I can stuff 2 on each one. All right, so far so good. You guys follow me? Marjoram dates. We're going on a date. And I know I have the cap somewhere. Mamma mia, questi cosi, these things that are always happening. Okay, so what you want to do, look how hard this is. Are you guys ready? You want me to show you how hard this is? You take the date, you take your Kalamata olives, and you are just going to push down. I'm going to use 1 on each side of it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix it together, you know, put this together, because this guy's got to go in here with the olives and the flavor. Oh my God. And then what you want to do is you want to fill up this little guy up. Fill up this little guy up. Okay. And you know, and it's going to look like this. And it's going to look like that. Okay. So don't stress yourself. Trust me. Don't stress yourself. So take the Kalamata olives, push them in here. They don't have to be cut. They don't have to be special in any way. So what I'm going to do is I think now I just realized that I'm going to be using 2. I made this before and I couldn't remember because, you know, that was a long time ago when I made this. And then as I was going through all my recipes, you know, I saw it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to bring this to you guys so I can show it to you because it's delicious. Okay, so now I'm done with this. I can go in the sink. So now what I want to do is very gently, guys, very, very gently. Remember about we're going to go, this is the breast. We're going to go in the back like so, and we're going to stuff this little guy. And actually, I did better on this guy than I did on the other. You know, practice makes perfect, and perfect makes practice, right? You got to practice, practice, practice this stuff. And then what you want to do is you want to push down on it. You want to push down on it, okay? So you're gonna fill this guy. The breasts are down, the back it's up, its back has been removed, okay? And then what you want to do is you want to press down on this. Press down on this. Press down. All right. So far so good. Everybody follows me so far. Good, 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 good. Okay. So now, obviously, I am going to be washing this little thing, and what I have here is my own little stuff. And I have some cumin in here, some smoky, some smoked salt. If you don't have smoked salt, don't worry about it. So what I want to do is I want to season this baby. I want to season this guy. In the meantime, I am going to take this paper towel and I'm going to put my heat on a medium because we're going to be browning them in this pan that I'm going to show you, and then we are going to finish everything in the oven. Okay, so far so good. So I'm going to turn these little babies. They're so cute. They're so little, and I am very happy that they had a very good life because you know they have been taken very good care of, and they hopefully did not suffer. And for all of your vegetarians out there, I am so sorry, but you know, that's how we have to be. This is life. This is how we have to be. All right, so now that we have this little guy, so now what I've done is let me move these out of the way, these little guys out of the way, because I want to take my little, I have something somewhere. I did not plan for this, but hold on a second. I have a little bowl because I want to keep these guys, you know, my little wings and things, and then I'm going to put it in a baggie, and I'm going to put it with my frozen other things when I can make soup. Okay, so that's to the side. All right, so now what I want to do is I want to push these guys on the side over here because I really want to show you this technique. Very easy technique. What you're going to do is you're going to take a piece of bacon, okay, and then you're going to take another piece of bacon crust. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take the breast side and you're going to put the breast side down. Okay, you see what I'm doing? And then you're going to, and it's going to be like a diaper. Okay, we're going to give it a diaper. This is what's going to keep the meat very, very moist. And we want to make sure that we wrap this guy. And where's my knife? You know what? Let me get it. Let me grab another knife. And I don't want to use, and I do have another knife over here. And I want to, because what I want to do is I want to use the rest of the bacon for the little legs. And I am just going to wrap it as so. And this is, you know, to keep it moist. And 2 pieces of bacon I have discovered worked. Trust me, I tried others, but it doesn't quite work. Okay, as a diaper, with any diapers, you know, you have to have a toothpick, so make sure that you don't cross-contaminate, and this is to hold everything together. So now we have one done. And these little leg things, you know, they will come out, but it's okay because I just want it just so when I am frying up these little guys. Okay, so now I am going to take my next, and what I do is I separate everything to make it easier for me to grab the bacon. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing, okay? We're going to make a crisscross, guys, crisscross, and then we're going to put the breast side down, okay? Because, you know, that cooks the fastest, and we want to protect it. So it's a diaper, so for those parents, new parents, you're practicing diapering, and then we cover it like so, and we want to make sure that you guys, you know, get everybody in here really, really well. And don't worry about, you know, if it's going to be pretty or perfect, you know. I mean, now, if you may have some guests, and now what I do with the extra bacon is I wrap the other leg, but I am not going to secure it. Because I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just going to leave it like so. It makes it a lot easier for me to work with. And you will probably be using a whole thing of bacon because there's 2 pieces of bacon for each, and I got 4. Okay, guys, let me try this again, all right? We go it, you know, we cross again, we cross it again. We take the breast side down. And remember, it was so hard, right? And all we used was dates. And all we used were Kalamata olives because that's exactly what it had. And I really don't know what else, you know, he did, but this is how I am doing mine. And then what we want to do is we want to make sure we get his little arms all taken care of. Bring your little toothpick over here because, you know, we're going to be browning these guys up. And then with the extra bacon, I'm just gonna wrap the little leg like so. Like I said, I'm not worried about this part because, I'm gonna be crisping this guys up. Okay, and then the last one, my oven is a 350, okay? So now I'm doing the last one, very simple transaction. And these guys are so cute. I'm sure they don't think they're cute when they're on here, but I have prayed and I have already blessed them. Okay, so now let me get the little leg over here. I got you want to make sure that you get a nice hot pan, non-stick, and what I have in that pan is I have added some drippings, some bacon drippings, because then that way it makes it a lot easier. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I want to make sure that I get a sizzle. Okay? And I'm just going to lay them around. Because what I want to do is I want to brown these guys. And they should all fit in this nice, beautiful pan. Alright, so now what I'm going to do while that is doing that is I am going to remove this. I'm going to rinse my hands. There's a lot of rinse with the hands because guys are more working with me. Alright, so far so good. Hopefully I haven't lost anybody. Alright, I get my other knife because what I'm going to do next is I'm going to remove this paper. I don't need the paper anymore. The bacon, I've used all my bacon. It's all in there. And then what I want to do is I want to bring my next cutting board. Because what I want to do is I want to bring your attention to what I'm going to be using an entire onion. I am going to be using some Pinot Noir wine. I'm going to be using some black pepper. And I'm going to use some sale. Remember sale, Italian for salt. Salt, sale, black peppercorns, Pinot Noir, 1 onion, okay? And what I want to do while that is browning is I am going to cut a shallot. And then what I'm going to do to the shallot is I'm going to try to grow shallots. So let's see if they work. So I'm going to do an experiment. I'm just going to put it in water and see what happens. Okay, because I do a lot of experiments in this kitchen and then I bring it to you. So while that is browning, because I want a really good brown, all right, I want to go ahead and the shallot doesn't have to be super fine. It doesn't have to be, this is a no-fuss dinner, lunch. Makes it very simple, and I am going to show you how I'm going to present it because actually this is what we're going to be eating. Okay, so now when I come back, let me bring you over here. Shall we go for a ride? Of course we can. All right. Because I want to show you what's happening in the pan. All right. It looks like we're not seeing the pan. All right. Let me see if we can get you right over here. Let me bring you down over here. All right. So I think you guys can see what's happening here. All right. See what's happening here? Get yourself one of these and get underneath and flip it over. And flip it over. Don't worry about the pieces of bacon. You know what? They're going to be delicious in there. All right? This is, it doesn't have to be perfect, guys. Remember, I always talk about that we are perfectly imperfect. So I want this to be, don't worry about the bacon. Those pieces of bacon, all right? I have a dog, and trust me, he will get this. And what I do is when I use bacon, I keep it in a jar so then I can always use it the next time, okay? So I already used my bacon. I used about 2 teaspoons of bacon grease in this because I don't want this to stick. And I have it at 350 degrees, all right, guys? So far, so good. You guys are all with me, right? All right, in the meantime, while that is cooking, I am just going to be slicing my shallots. All right, because I am going to be moving everything to this side. This is my shallot and my onions, okay, that I have done. I'm bringing my salt and my wine over, okay, and my black peppercorn. Okay, so you can see this one has not browned, so I want this one to brown better. And as you can, your house smells like bacon and it smells wonderful. As you can see why we have to finish them in the oven. And you know, my oven cooks fast, so I will probably put them in for 25 minutes and then I will take a thermometer. And if you know, it's got to reach 165 in order for it to be done, okay? So right now we're just kind of crisping up the bacon a little bit. We're putting everything, it's all coming together. And what I want to do is I want to get a plate. Because what I want to do is I'm going to remove these and I'm going to show you what I'm going to be doing, because I am going to be making like a glaze that is going to go over everything. So now what I want to do is, you know, you can remove these and put him like so. Oops. I forget that I have, you know, all right, so now to this, you know, we have quite a bit of this juice over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and finish with these guys, and I'm going to grab myself a little plate. Because, you know, you can use the bacon for yourself or not yourself. And there's a lot of juice, as you can see, it's giving me quite a bit of juice. And like I said, I don't want anything to, and I would just go ahead and remove the bacon. And this will be good treats for my dog. Okay, so now I have quite a bit here, quite a bit of all of this. And I'm not really going to be using a lot of that. So get yourself a bowl, you know, a glass bowl or something, but that is not going to break. Usually I use a jar, and what I want to do is, I want to leave about a couple of tablespoons. Okay, I want to leave a couple of tablespoons in here. All right, and then what I want to do is I'm going to take my shallots and my onions right in there. Okay, this is the part that is mine. You know, the recipe for the stuffing is not mine, and like I said, I had it in a bistro somewhere in Napa Valley, California, and I cannot remember where it was or what the name of it was. That was in 2012, and who remembers, you know, what they had in 2012. So what I want to do is right now I just want to saute my onions. I want these onions to caramelize as much as possible. So far so good. I haven't lost anybody, right? All right, woohoo! So I'm not doing anything to this, but what I want to do to this is I want to put a little bit of salad. A little bit of salad, a couple of pinchfuls. Just a couple of pinchfuls. I'm going to remove the bacon grease. And I'm just waiting the onions. And you see what's happening in here? This is going to make all that beautiful gravy. These guys are all going to sit inside of here, and they're all going to be cooking in here, and it's going to be delicious. Mamma mia, que bellezza. All right. So what I do is when I make anything that has peppercorns or has wine and I have extra, I put everything in jars. And here I already have some wine and peppercorns that I used the other day. So why not use it? You know, why not use this? Okay, why not use this? So now I have a nice bed in here. So now I can take my little guys and I'm just going to place them right on the top, like so. Right on the top like that. Make sure that whatever pan you're going to be using, guys, okay, it's something that you can put in the oven. All right, so now you see what's happening right there? Can you guys see what's happening over there? Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this boy and I'm just going to put this guy in the oven. All right, and I'm going to put 20 minutes in my timer. All right, so now let me shut this off. Let me bring you back because now I'm going to show you what I am going to do as far as how I'm going to serve it. All right, let me bring this up here like that. I think we're doing good. All right, the hardest part, of course, because, I'm the only one videotaping this. The hardest part for me is, is having to show you all of that and then bring you back here. But you guys don't mind going for a ride with me. All right, so now, how am I going to serve this? I'm going to serve it as I remember it, because this is going to be a salad, and they're going to be on top of the salad. Okay, so the first thing that I have that I'm going to be using with you guys, I just want to make sure that I started the timer. Okay. I have some beautiful arugula. Beautiful arugula. This is all organic. It's already been washed. It's already been through everything. And because it's my husband and I'm just going to place it like so. Very simple transaction. You take it out of the, you take it. If you grow it, even better. And right now it's too hot for lettuce, so I cannot grow it. So what I want to do is I take my beautiful arugula like that. So, it figures, since this is going to be brunch, it gives you a nice salad for each person. You see what I'm doing? Nice salad for each person. I hope that you guys can see. Let me go back a little bit. Let me bring you down a little bit more so you can see, because I really want you to see the salad. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to be done with this. So I have a nice wet paper towel. And then what I do, guys, is, I'm probably gonna, we might munch on salad later, so put that away. We're done with that. We're done with the toothpicks. We're done with all of this. All right, so now to this, I have some black rice. And what happens is when I cook rice and I make extra rice, I keep it, and then I always make it for something else. And then what you want to do is I just take my rice and I am going to, my hands are very, very clean, and I'm just going to add the black rice to the lettuce like so. Because, as soon as these guys get done, we're going to eat them. And what did I do? I took black rice and I cooked them. I did a half a cup of black rice and I cooked them in some organic vegetable stock. You could do it that way. You could do it any way you want to. As you can see, I'm just adding a little bit of the black rice, okay? Like so. Okay. In the meantime, we still have the other guys cooking in the oven. Everything is doing good. Let me rinse my hands. All right. I'm going to just I'm just going to check on this. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's doing its thing. Oh, yeah. It's doing its thing. It's doing its thing. So it may take longer. It may take, whenever they come out, I'll show you how I'm going to do them. Now, I have here arugula and black rice. Let me bring you back to this. All right, so then I'm going to show you a little trick that I do. Well, where did it go? Where's my trick? Oh, my God. Oh, there it is. All right, when you peel an orange, or if you're using a zest of an orange and you don't want to eat the orange, what do? Well, what I do is I take wet paper towel, I put it around the orange, and then I put it in a container, I cover it up, and I put it in the fridge. And when I'm ready to use my orange. And the orange might get a little discolored, but it's not going to hurt anything. So what you want to do is you want to take your orange, and I'm going to keep my orange peels, and then what you want to do is you want to remove, so easy. I did the top, I did the bottom, and then go to the white and just kind of come down. Kind of come down like so. Easy transaction, easy thing. And it's nice and refreshing, especially, living in Florida is so hot. And always is so welcome to have some of these wonderful, delicious orange. So now what I want to do is I want to take my orange and I want to make it into slices. Because, we want to make it pretty. So then what I do is I just going to go to the sides like so, like that, and like that. Okay? I'll move it around any way you want to do it. Make it, make it pretty. Because, we eat, we don't eat with our eyes because our eyes they will gain weight. Okay, and now that we have the oranges, you know, because what we're going to do is the glaze that's going to be making, the juice, and actually I am going to take it out because I want to see where we're at with the wine. One moment, let me check it out. Be careful because this is hot. Oh yeah, we're doing good with the wine in there. And that's wonderful. All right. So now that is hanging out there. It doesn't need any more wine if you like more wine. But I am going to be using that. Okay, so now what I have here is I have a beet. And I remember that this salad had beets because it was served as a salad. And then what I want to do to my beets, you know, I slice them and then I cut them in half. And beets are so healthy for you. Look for the benefits of beet. And then what you want to do if you want to make this pretty, especially, you know, once you start having people over, and you really want to impress, or maybe the in-laws are coming and you want to impress, you can take your beets and just kind of put them like so, like around the plate, right? And just remember, those burrs are going to sit right on top. And then what's going to happen is you're going to take that marvelous juice, and that juice is going to be your salad dressing. I had to eat it because it's delicious. Okay, so now, you know, we have this marvelous salad. This marvelous salad. Arugula, oranges, and beets. Okay? So now, when your little birds, the little quails are done. Obviously, we're not going to have the time, but what I would do, and you will see the pictures, is that I will put them all on top of here, and then that way you can serve, you can have one of the quails with a salad. Okay guys, this is all I have for you. I wish I could show you the finishing product, but obviously, you know, this is how it works. But I want to thank you so much for joining me on my beautiful cucina. I bring you healthy, delicious meals. And this really was very easy because all we did is to use a date and some calamari olives, and we stuffed it with bacon and some seasoning, and then we made this beautiful salad that these beautiful birds are going to go on top, and it's got arugula, and it has orange, and it has red beets. Okay, bellies, grazie molto piacere. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a beautiful day. I don't know what I'm going to call this, but you will soon find out. Ciao, ciao, belly. Ciao, ciao. Have a beautiful day. Have a beautiful day. Be blessed. Ciao, belly. Ciao. Ciao, ciao.